Pachamanca. What you're seeing right now is Pachamanca, and basically it's an earth pit. And what the Quechuans do is cook from these pits for large parties, large family events, and things like that. I'm actually Quechuan. My grandmother and grandfather are Incan Indian, and I am from Lima, Peru. I was born in Lima, Peru in 1977, and my mother and father actually met in a strange way. My mom's from Kansas, and my father's obviously from Peru. My mom was traveling down into South America with her college, KU, and ended up falling in love with my dad in 2 weeks, marrying him, and she kept her visa, and we were raised in Peru. But because of a lot of guerrilla warfare that was going on, I mean, the night I was born, I had to be delivered in my mom's home because the streets were on lockdown, and our midwife couldn't make it to the house. And so my mom and dad at that point were like, we got to get back to the United States, to better, our lives as my brothers and sisters were down there. And so we came back to good old the United States and landed in Shawnee, Kansas, where my mother's actually from. And I've been raised in Shawnee my entire life, and I don't know why I can't get out of it. I love it. Now my kids are going to elementary school at the school I went to elementary school at. I live in the same neighborhood. My mom and dad live like 4 blocks away. My aunt and uncles live within like half of a mile, and my grandma lives like a few blocks away. So we're all, Shawnee is really important to me, just where I grew up. It's the other half of me. And I want to kind of explain how I cook barbecue. It's a fusion of what I was raised with. My grandmother's traditional Peruvian styles, and then my grandfather from Wellington, Missouri, his styles. My grandpa was a great man. They've all passed away now, but my grandpa, he never said Italian. He would say Italian, and he never would wash his clothes. He would wash his clothes. And so I had this great upbringing of just this like redneck yet this arty cultural Peruvian family. So that's kind of what my food is. So this is Pachamanca. This is kind of cool because what it is the heat from the wood heats up the rocks and slowly cooks. It's kind of the Peruvian way to barbecue. What I do is I do a fusion of the American way and the Peruvian way, and I'm going to explain that to you right here. So, this, by the way, is a zampoña. It's a traditional Peruvian flute. It's made out of bamboo pipes. At all of our little gatherings, my dad always starts playing. I can play a little bit for you. Hold on. It's really, really pretty. This is from native to the Andean, Himalayan, that mountain music that everyone likes. Anyhow, these are the core ingredients to anything Peruvian whatsoever. We have cilantro, tomatoes, ginger, garlic, and onion. And so this right here is my rub. It's a special rub that I'm not going to give you the secret to. But it's a combination of these kind of flavors mixed with some, American flavors like Lowry's and things like that. I do like to use beef bouillon in as a flavoring because it kind of makes the crust a little bit better. So what I do with this normally is I will put this in a smoker or on the grill, and you got to do it at about 240 to 270 for about 8 hours. What I'll do is like 6 hours on this, then I will come over to the Pachamanca, and then we'll cook it on the rock. The rock seems to kind of char the sides and keep the flavor moist, and I'll turn it also. Like I said, it takes around 8 hours, and then once it's done, what I do is I pull it apart, mix it in with my barbecue, it's absolutely hot in Kansas City. Mix it with my barbecue kind of sauce that I made on my own. Ends up looking like this right here. This is pulled pork. I put a little cilantro, a little bit of carrots. Peru, what we're known for is our carrots, our potatoes, our corn. So that mixed with pulled pork, a little bit of barbecue seasoning. We make our pulled pork, Peruvian, spicy Peruvian pulled pork, a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of carrots, and we got to give it America with some pickles. And that's it. And I hope you guys like my recipe, and sorry it took so long to get this to you guys. Peace from Shawnee.